Welcome guys to Talk Football with Tyron. Here we do football analysis, player analysis and football podcasts. So today in our video we are going to look at the Champions League match between Chelsea and Real Madrid. Real Madrid were outstanding and managed to qualify to the semi-finals. Real Madrid scored 2 goals in the game at crucial moments. But before we start, I'd like to kindly ask you to like and subscribe to our channel. So Chelsea lined up with a 3-5-1-1 formation, which usually shifted to a 3-2-5 in attack, with Kante joining the attack, and a 5-3-2 in defense. On the other hand, Real Madrid started with their usual 4-3. Real Madrid lined up in their usual 4-3-3 formation, which usually shifted to a 4-1-4-1 in attack, with the 2 midfielders joining the front line. They dropped back to a concrete 2 banks of 4-4-2 in the first half while defending, while in the second half, Modric dropped in midfield to form the 4-5-1 to limit. So Chelsea started their game pretty well with the high press against Real Madrid. Chelsea pressed Real Madrid high up the pitch to limit Real Madrid's build-up play. This press involves forcing the ball down the touchline where a touchline press could be effected. From this clip you can clearly see Chelsea going man-to-man against Real Madrid, forcing Real Madrid to play the ball upfield where Chelsea win the ball. Here you can clearly see Cucurella, a wing-back, pushing on against Real Madrid's full-back and therefore forcing Real Madrid to go long. Chelsea's pressing strategy involved forcing the ball to be played to the Real Madrid full-back, where Chelsea's wing-back would pounce on them while the entire defensive line shifts. This created a 1v1 position between a Chelsea centre-back and a Real Madrid winger, which Fofana handled well. From this clip here, you can clearly see Chelsea's positional press. N'Golo Kante has pounced from midfield and pushed up to join Kai Havertz in pressing. On the other side, Gallagher has dropped from the front line to midfield to give Chelsea numerical superiority in midfield to prevent Real Madrid's progression with the ball in midfield. The Chelsea's 5-3-2 defensive formation remains. So, when Chelsea had the ball in higher areas of the pitch, they usually built with a 3-2-5 formation. This involved whereby the wide centre-back would combine with the wing-back and the centre midfielder, while one midfielder would position himself in between the centre-back and the full-back, and therefore drawing the full-back inwards and creating gaps in the wide area where a wing-back would attack. Alternatively, the midfielder N'Golo Kante could slip the ball in between the lines for Reece James to make a run in the box and cross the ball. The problem with Chelsea is that they did not commit a lot of players up front, and therefore Kai Havertz remained isolated. From this clip here, you can clearly see Chelsea in their 3-2-5 formation. You can see the position N'Golo Kante and Gallagher are occupying in between the lines. But the problem with this setup is that Chelsea did not commit a lot of players, and even the player who was making runs into the box was Kante, and due to his height, he could not match the Real Madrid's centre-back. Again, you can clearly see gaps in between the Real Madrid centre-back, but no Chelsea player is occupying these positions. Havertz is not even occupying his number 9 role. Another aspect of Chelsea's game that we saw was the use of Kai Havertz as a false 9. Kai Havertz will drop deep into midfield, pick the ball and link up with the midfielders. This created situations whereby the far side inside forward could link up with Cucurella or Reece James to attempt crosses. But Real Madrid wingers were so effective they tracked back and helped their fullback to overcome the Chelsea overload. So Carlo Ancelotti devised a plan to beat the Chelsea's high press. So the two Real Madrid midfielders who are playing behind the Chelsea midfield line would stretch out and draw the Chelsea midfielders Enzo and Kovacic out. This would create a gap in midfield where Benzema will drop deep to receive the ball. One touch pass to Cruz, and Cruz releases the ball in space behind Thiago Silva for the runs of Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. This resulted to the second goal. From this clip here, you can clearly see Benzema's in between the lines position. He has dropped from his 9th position and occupied positions in between the line. Benzema's position has forced Thiago Silva from his defensive line to come and cover Benzema. But a first-time ball to Camavinga and a pass to Vinicius Jr. ensures Vinicius Jr. is 1v1 with Fofana, creating a goal-scoring opportunity for Real Madrid. Chelsea's press was effective in limiting Real Madrid's build-up, but sometimes this pressing brought Chelsea a lot of problems. The high press from Chelsea, especially from this clip, Cucurella is moving to press Militao, yet the entire Chelsea team is not organized in a pressing structure. This results to Militao's first-time ball to Rodrigo, who outpaces Chalobah, who tries to foul him, and Rodrigo now has acres of space to run to. This is what resulted in Real Madrid's first goal, and you can clearly see from this second clip how Real Madrid score an easy goal from that position. In open play, Real Madrid placed Modric and Valverde behind the Chelsea midfield line. Toni Kroos acted as a deep-lying playmaker who would link up with a forward and draw Chelsea centre-backs in midfield, creating gaps in the Chelsea's defense. These gaps would be exploited by Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr. and Valverde, making diagonal runs in the Chelsea defense line. This pattern of play was repeated a couple of times and resulted in Real Madrid's second goal. Rodrigo drops in midfield, draws Thiago Silva from his defense line. He links up with Camavinga and Valverde, and Camavinga gets the ball, passes the ball back to Rudiger. Rudiger receives the ball and plays a first-time pass to the space which has been vacated by Thiago Silva. Valverde receives the pass from Rudiger. Now Chalobah is left in an isolated position against 3 Real Madrid attackers. Valverde beats Modric, has a free pass on goal, but squares the ball to Rodrigo, who scores Real Madrid's second goal. Despite starting well, Chelsea failed to capitalize on their chances, and Real Madrid used their experience to score 2 quick goals, and the tie was over. Real Madrid now are the first team to qualify to the Champions League semi-finals. Do you think they'll be able to reach the final and win the competition? We appreciate for sticking with us till the end of the video. Thanks for watching.